The story of Gotti, Angela Simmons, and GloRilla has become one of the internet's most addictive soap operas. What started as polished couple goals has now turned into a glittering saga of silence, speculation, and a possible throne transfer that nobody saw coming. One minute, Angela and Gotti were flaunting designer bags, champagne glasses, and private jet selfies, the very picture of luxury love. The next, Angela disappeared from the spotlight with a precision so sharp it cut through the internet's timeline like glass. No cryptic captions, no dramatic goodbye, just silence. And that silence spoke louder than any meltdown could. At first, it seemed like a glitch in the Matrix. How could the woman who once dominated red carpets and turned heads with every step suddenly vanish? Fans scrolled her feed only to find that the love posts were gone. The selfies once labeled goals were erased, couple shots deleted as if they had never existed, and the only sign left behind was a single quiet unfollow. It wasn't a rant, it wasn't a subtweet. It was colder than both. One click, one silence, and the whole narrative shifted. For fans, it was like a hit series being canceled before the finale. Angela's red carpet energy, her soft captions, her polished queen presence, gone without a trace. Meanwhile, Gotti's own energy had begun to shift. The grand gestures, the My Queen captions, the public affection had been slowly replaced by quiet detachment. Studio sessions, appearances, non-stop business moves filled his schedule, and the love story that once looked untouchable started to crack. Angela, who had poured herself into keeping the image alive, realized she was giving more effort than she was receiving. And when a woman feels her pride has been sidelined, she doesn't explode. She erases. Her silence wasn't retreat. It was a statement. And right as Angela's presence faded, GloRilla stepped into the spotlight with timing too perfect to ignore. She didn't stumble in. She arrived like it had all been orchestrated, every move calculated. Her reemergence wasn't casual. Every selfie dripped with intention. Hair flawless, captions sharp, looks serving quiet luxury. Fans branded it the Gotti glow up. It wasn't just fashion, it was a takeover. She went live at the peak of speculation. No rants, no explanations, just laughter, subtle smiles, and a confidence that screamed, "I'm that girl." The lighting, the playlist, the angles, it was performance disguised as fun. And the internet couldn't look away. Social media detectives went wild. Timelines filled with theories. Had Gotti shifted his loyalty from Angela to GloRilla long before the public noticed? Was this a simple case of conflicting schedules or a deliberate cold switch of priorities? Fans zoomed into clips, dissected body language, and replayed sly glances like evidence in a courtroom. PR might spin it as professional, but to fans, the chemistry felt too electric to be business alone. Suddenly, every CMG appearance featured GloRilla front and center, with Gotti right beside her, loud and proud. Angela's silence became its own power move. No breakup quotes, no shade thrown online. Instead, her captions turned surgical, short, sharp, dripping with intent. Fans dubbed it her "I am the prize" era. She pivoted from couple aesthetics to self-love and empire building. The woman who once held up the perfect couple brand now carried an aura of independence, unbothered and untouchable. While some saw heartbreak, others saw strategy. A graceful exit that left the internet screaming louder than if she had written a single word. But GloRilla didn't just fade in as background noise. She claimed the stage. Every move felt like a coronation. Designer confidence, VIP appearances, energy that said main character, not supporting act. And Gotti wasn't in the shadows. He was right there in frame, reposting her wins, cheering her highlights, ensuring the world knew who he was standing behind. This wasn't a rollout, it was a power shift. Angela's name, once tied to polished couple goals, became a ghost, while GloRilla's presence grew louder with every post, every appearance, every flash of the cameras. Side-by-side comparisons filled feeds. Angela had given picture-perfect love, refined and classy. GloRilla exuded runway fire dripping with diamonds, stepping into every room with a presence that demanded attention. Angela's love story ended in silence, but GloRilla's chapter opened with noise, glitter, and dominance. To many, the contrast was proof that this wasn't coincidence. It was succession. The CMG Queen crown had been passed. Now, the internet is left to wonder. Was this a slow fade, a case of schedules and shifting priorities? Or was it a cold, calculated rewrite, a deliberate switch of leading ladies in a story bigger than love? Angela and Gotti remain quiet, their silence heavier than any explanation could be. And GloRilla? She's blazing, living the life of first-class flights, glowing red carpets, and luxury that doesn't need words. The truth is, we may never know the full story behind the glittering fallout, but the silence, the timing, and the energy transfer tell a tale all on their own. Angela has stepped into independence. Gotti's energy fuels GloRilla's rise, and the fans are left dissecting every moment, waiting for the next twist. So the question remains, has GloRilla officially claimed the crown? Or is this just another love story that burned too bright and ended in silence? One thing's for sure, the saga isn't over. The internet is watching, waiting for the next move, because when it comes, it won't just trend, it will explode. This draft runs in a continuous story form with no section labels, keeping the competitors' flow but tightening the structure. It's about 6,000 to 7,000 characters here. Do you want me to expand this into a full 30,000 to 35,000 character script? Longer sections, more detail, richer transitions, additional angles like fan reactions, business implications, and subtle speculation? Or do you want to keep it tight and punchy like this?